Hello guys, this is Irad and today I wanted to discuss Falling Frontier with you a little because it seems that after a small hiatus in their communication, Stutterfox Studios are ramping up their online presence once more, and so we should get to hear more from this upcoming space strategy game in the coming weeks or months. So, what is Falling Frontier and what makes it so special? As mentioned in the intro, and as you should probably tell by looking at the footage, Falling Frontier is a real-time strategy game set in space. The game was originally scheduled to release as a sandbox game, more on that later, but the developer eventually decided to take the time to craft a single-player campaign set in our own solar system. So far, it's true that this does not sound very original, there have been plenty of games that have done the same so far in the past decades, but none have done it at the scale and level of detail that Falling Frontier is trying to achieve, which, if proven successful, will potentially revolutionize the genre, because based on what we've seen and from what we were told, Falling Frontier is really going to push the notion of fidelity to the next level. For example, let's take a look at the footage that was recently revealed, and here we were shown the brand new mining base that was created by the studio's new in-house ship artist. If you take a closer look, you can see that the vessel shown in the footage navigates around cargo containers, and these eventually start to drift away as the massive ships push them around. That is because in Falling Frontier, everything that is part of the game will be physicalized and be interactable. That means that unlike in a normal space real-time strategy game, where we usually look at the grand scale of things either from a planetary or a solar system perspective, in Falling Frontier you will have to juggle between grand strategy point of view, from which you'll be able to manage your own faction, to a micromanagement level where you'll be able to order a ship to collect a specific cargo container. And the reason why such an order of scale is important for Falling Frontier is its gameplay itself. You see, the main point of Falling Frontier is not the conquest of entire solar systems with huge battles of over-the-top starships, although you will be able to do so if you wish to. The point of the game is to create the necessary conditions for such a conquest to happen. Just like in real life, if an army wants to be successful at conquering another country, relying on just numbers and pure strength, it is not going to work if behind there are no supply chains to feed that army with resources, supplies, but also the intelligence it needs, and the creation of those supply chains is actually the main focus of Falling Frontier. And just like in any game in which the economy plays a prominent role, resource collection will be a crucial element of the game, which could explain why the first ship Stutterfox Studios' new artist was tasked to do was a mining vessel. Oh, and just like those cargo containers we saw earlier, each asteroid of the game is also, you guessed it, physicalized. Then, once these asteroids are mined, they will have to be processed and transformed into goods that will then be used for your war effort. And to allow for that, you will also have to ensure that your faction's cargo vessel can navigate safely in order to deliver their shipments so that your economy won't be crippled. And naturally, if the enemy can do that to you, then you can also do that to them as well, which is why intelligence is key in Falling Frontier, as you will really need to study your opponent's weaknesses and exploit them in order to be able to secure an edge over them. This whole process of attrition is in fact far more important than any other game of the genre, and it really will define whether or not you will be successful in battle. Perhaps you will have a smaller fleet than your enemy, but if they don't have the ammunition to fight you, then they were not going to be able to beat you. Or perhaps the crew on board won't have enough food, and so they will perhaps not be as effective as they should be. Next, I also want to talk about the setting of Falling Frontier. And from the various videos that have been released by the developer, it seems that there will be two modes for the game. The first one will be a single-player campaign that will take place in the solar system. Not much details have been unveiled about the story, But it appears that it will involve a conflict between the colonies of Mars and Titan, which seems to be the primary focus of the videos that Stutterfox Studios have released. And there again, those videos has shown us a lot of footage about resource collection, intelligence gathering, and trade route disruption. Then there is the sandbox mode. You'll be able to fully customize a solar system from which you'll be able to compete for domination. You will also be able to choose the type of stars and the type of planets as well, and how much resources will be available in the game, all of which potentially ensuring that no game is ever the same as another. Now, there's one piece of the puzzle that is missing, and that is multiplayer. As of right now, as far as I know, multiplayer is not a feature that's going to be included at launch at least, but Todd Darcy, the lead developer of Stutterfox Studio, is aware that this is something that players would like to have and has not excluded its eventual integration one day. The question is, will Hooded Horse, the publisher, be willing to allocate the funds to hire the programmers who will be able to make this happen? Well, that remains to be seen. Anyway guys, that is all that there is to say about Falling Frontier, a very promising title indeed that we are definitely going to feature more on the channel. But let me know in the comment section down below, are you interested in Falling Frontier? Have you heard of this game before? What do you find the most interesting about the game? And also, what kind of feature would you like Falling Frontier to have as well? Well, I'd like to know your thoughts out down there in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for watching. As always, if you think that they did a good job covering the video, please let me know with a little thumbs up, or why not a subscription, as it really helps with the YouTube algorithm as well. I've been Irad. Shout out to also the people who made this video possible via Patreon and the YouTube Joe membership program, including Dr. Fobbing, Zeo Crusher, Wolfpack Bug, and Deplorable Infidel. I will see you guys later.